Now, as we've been reporting this morning, the riots in the UK have been spreading to other major cities there. The country's second biggest city, Birmingham, is one of those where 3 men have been killed after being hit by a car.
Arjun Panesar has been running a website with updates on the riots in a bid to help locals stay safe there. He joins us now via webcam from Birmingham. Good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Hi, how's it going?
Well, thank you. How are things in Birmingham, particularly after that dreadful killing of the 3 people there? Has there been any outcry or any reprisals as a result of that?
I would describe things as being tense, but the local police here have sort of put another 1,000 police officers on the street. So although things are tense, they're quite calm at the moment. We find that sort of on Twitter and on the site that you were talking about, riotupdates.com, we're getting a lot of people sort of passing rumours on, basically, because I'm not sure whether you guys have heard, but BlackBerry Messenger has played quite a key part in passing around areas of disorder, really. So it's just keeping tabs on that, just to make sure that nothing spreads and no rumours sort of become truth, really.
We're just looking at the aftermath, some of the scenes of the forensic officers there at work in Birmingham following the hitting by a car, by someone driving a car, of those 3 people. We've been hearing from the father of one of the young men killed in that accident as well. So just some scenes there for our viewers at home to be looking at, to remind them of some of the terrible incidents that have taken place. In Birmingham, when you say that this situation is calm, how difficult has it been for you running this website to try and determine fact from fiction, reality from rumour?
Well, this is the hardest thing. The riots have spread through the use of social media, through the use of Facebook, Twitter, BlackBerry Messenger. And so when people, well, it's basically rumours that turn true. So, you know, for example, the riots were organised through BlackBerry Messenger and Twitter. BlackBerry Messenger, of course, not everyone can get hold of. So it's sort of like a closed network, whereas Twitter, everyone can see what's going on. And you do get people who aren't part of the disorder, who are inciting fear, basically, just like with the three Muslim chaps that you were talking about, who were killed in a basically a hit and run. You know, it was on Twitter. What you were finding is people sort of highlighting areas, and those that lived in the areas wanted to protect their property. And this is exactly what happened in what you had just been discussing. 3 chaps went to protect their property. And basically 3 yobs hit them and left. It's one of those things where you don't know what's true, you don't know what's false. The police are also on Twitter, but because there are just so many, there are millions of people, as you guys are more than aware, it's really hard to tell fact from fiction, especially when it comes to something as serious as this.
Arjun, in all the discussion about this issue, I can't really think of anyone who's asserted in any way at all that there's been a racist element to aspects of this battle. Do you think that's existed at all?
There's a tough one, simply because of the fact that what we have here is something that has been caused by anger and frustration at the shooting of one individual, which has sort of just erupted into a certain sort of age group, a certain sort of social strata, rioting against what they would perceive to be the system. I'm not sure how you describe it. But now what you're getting is you're getting a lot of the right-wing groups in the UK, a lot of the white right-wing supremacists, known as the English Defence League, becoming vigilantes. And then you're getting the sort of the Asian community being quite worried, not only from the yobs and the looters, but also what can happen when these two elements come together. So you're getting police making sure that the EDL don't sort of come into touch with some of the more multicultural communities, because otherwise you don't just have looting and rioting. You can have full-blown I don't know what you call it, but you just don't want that sort of stuff to happen.
That's a really interesting observation, Arjun, and in a sense, just to extrapolate from what you're saying, you seem to be suggesting then that if a lot of the rioting was, as the Prime Minister and others have said, just opportunistic by yobs who just wanted some free stuff, then when it comes to the English Defence League, their move in could be seen as equally opportunistic.
Well, that's it. The underlying problem here is inequality. You cut funding, you cut benefits, you cut youth service, you speed up inequality. And what happens here is you have people groups such as the EDL, who seize upon this inequality. And what happens is you actually forget the fundamental issue at hand, and it becomes a race issue, or it becomes an age issue. And I think that's the problem that people are having now, is that, how far is too far. You have vigilante groups on the street. You have not only vigilante groups, you have people like the EDL who are sort of policing areas, and then you have sort of the other communities that are policing their areas just to make sure things are safe. Police are stretched. It comes to a point where you wonder whether the police are actually going to turn up. There's been many cases here where the police have been called in public areas where shops have been looted or people have been beaten, and the police simply haven't turned up. So it's a case of protecting your property, or protecting yourself, really. Never mind anything else, just making sure you, your family, and your property are safe.
Arjun Panesar, just one last question for you. Do you believe it's over in Birmingham? Do you get a sense that you've actually moved through the worst of it and you're out the other end?
I'd like to say yes, but you can walk through the streets and you can just feel that people are very nervous, and with the police being so stretched, these guys know that if you start in one city, the police will get dispersed to that area. If you start in another area, there are no police, there are no laws. You get people walking past CCTVs with no masks, no nothing, just looting rubbish, absolute, extra large clothing, just selling it on eBay. It's a sad state of affairs. So no, I'm really sorry to say that I don't think it's over. No.
I'm very, very sorry to hear that as well. Arjun Panesar, really good to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.